Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Hager 2-639-7572 cam. And here it is. This is a cam for a Hager 3902 large format interchangeable core mortise housing. Is what this is used for. That's what it looks like. If you know this cam, you probably know this is for Schlage. Hager produces housings and cams that you can install genuine Schlage cylinders into, and those housings with the right cam can go into a Hager mortise lock, or anything really. If you've got the right cam on there, a key switch, exit device trim, whatever would take a mortise cylinder. This is either being used in a Schlage lock, but probably a Hager mortise lock would be my guess, because this client has ordered the housing as well as the proper cam for the application, which is a Schlage L Cam. I've heard this referred to as a beaver tail cam. If someone says beaver tail, I haven't heard that term in a long time. Old timers would use it, but I would ask, well, do you have a Schlage lock? Yep, I need the beaver tail. Okay, I know what you want. Does it look like that? Yep. So that's what it is. Let's take some basic dimensional properties. Overall width of the beaver tail, so to speak, 0.251 from the center to the tip of that. Just to kind of gauge that, I would say that we're going to be at about 0.525 inch. About 0.525 from the center line of the screw hole out to the tip, just approximating it. Okay, and that's what you're going to use this for. That's why you would probably see it. If you've got Hager housings and they're going into Schlage or Hager locks, you're going to need the right cam or the right tailpiece. I don't know of any other application that this will work on guaranteed. It'll probably work on other applications, but you know, when you have this little detail here, this scalloped out area, that's to kick the bolt over but then drag something along with it, is why, like a deadbolt is what I'm referring to. Well, actually, to throw the deadbolt but then to make sure it throws all the way is kind of what that little scalloped area performs. Let's switch to the screen view and let's take a closer look at the extended description. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. Okay, here's the item that we are looking at. Let's take a look at the extended description. Not much to really say here. It's for the Hager 3902. Used in the 3800 mortise cylinder housings, used in the 3800 series mortise locks. There's a product catalog here. You could take a look at that. 2-639. Okay, so we can't do a find function on this document, but let's scroll through. We'll certainly find it. This we know is for large format, so it's going to have a different hole location than this small format, and they move the holes around like that to accommodate the control lug, the control shear line. But when you're dealing with Schlage, it's got this pin back here, so they can put the screw right down the center of it. If it's conventional core, if it's some sort of security, Primus, etc., that screw arrangement will be different. Here's our 3902 for large format, and then voila, here are our cams. Standard, also known as Yale. MS, Adams Wright, also known as MS or Maximum Security. Schlage, obviously a Corbin cam, and then a Yale, Sargent Yale cam. I find that this one doesn't always work on all Sargent products. I think the Sargent 41 is going to have a cam that's got a bend to it. And I've learned recently, if you're doing auxiliary control, you've got to have the right cam on there. Our client ordered a Schlage housing with a Sargent Yale cam from Schlage, and it did not work on that 106 auxiliary control for concealed vertical rod in left-hand reverse applications, but it would for right-hand reverse. If you look at a genuine Sargent, it's going to have a slight bend to it. Okay, but this document is really helpful because it's going to allow you to, sorry about that, it's going to allow you to see all of the cylinder core and keying information from Hager. That's pretty handy. This is an overview of Hager's system. They have a comprehensive system of keying. They get into their own keyways. They have hardware that can accommodate most installations. They don't have anything high security or patented or restricted that I'm aware of, that I've ever heard of. I'm somewhat well, I guess that's a whole different animal when you get into that. You know, probably be a substantial investment, and there may not be the demand of clients calling Hager for patented or restricted keyways like there would be for Medico, ASA, Schlage, you know, Best, and Abloy, countless other people. But they do have their own keyway. They're H1, H2, H3. The H1 is pretty common. We stock those key blanks. There's their multiplex structure that you can see there. It's worth scrolling through this. I had a long conversation with a locksmith client in Detroit, and he needed to deploy H1 into a client's existing system. And I helped walk him through all of the different options when it comes to that. So, and this document is what I referred to help him get the part numbers he needed for the cylinders, for the locks that he was using. Now, there is some images that I have. Let's take a look at those. There's the cam. Here is a weird perspective on the cam. Let's rotate that around in space a little bit. Okay. Anyway, you get the concept shown a different way. The back side of the unit. The label showing the part number. There's a link below this video as seen here to the manufacturer's page, and from here you can pull up not only all of the Hager products that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation as seen here, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the current product catalog. I would certainly recommend that you review that. There are other encyclopedic documents that are also on this page, such as the Hager Keying Service Manual that I just showed you. There's a companion video that I made of that document. There is a Hager catalog that's over 100 years old, so if you wanted to see what Hager was making in 1915, that would be an interesting trip back in time. There's a 2010 ADA Standards for Accessible Design guide here. Why? Because Hager makes thresholds. Thresholds are certainly governed by this document in terms of overall height, rise over run, things of that nature. Let's wrap up this video on camera.
If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video.
Okay, in conclusion, if you have any questions on the 2-639-7572 L Cam, well, it's not an L Cam, it's the Schlage. It's a Schlage Cam for their L series locks. I don't know if it works in anything else in the Schlage line other than their L series locks. But there you go. Hager has this and about 5 other standard cams. Any questions on this or anything Hager related whatsoever, please reach out to us. Thank you.
You know what's worse than not remembering how to hone your CNC machine? It's not participating in the Architectural Builder Supply March Contest giveaway. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.